name is Ari and welcome. Today we are doing a story time about my hit and run accident, as you can tell from the title. First of all, I just want to say that I hope that nobody watching this video has experienced a hit and run accident. If you have, I definitely want you to comment on this video and tell me your experience or what things that you went through going through this type of situation. And if you have not been through this situation, I'm grateful because it is insane and it's just definitely not the best thing to go through. So first, I just want to get into this hair. I have to just do a little side note because we have new hair today on this video. So these are called like faux locks or goddess locks, whatever you might want to call them. I have absolutely been loving my hair. I think I've had my hair done for like a week now. So shout out to my beautician for getting me right. I'm definitely feeling like a little island girl with this look. It's so clutch. I'm really loving it. And it's just like braids, but just a little something different. So I'm always looking to like get new hairstyles and natural hairstyles and, protective hairstyles, I should say. So yeah. So this video is not about hair, but I had to acknowledge it because we have new hair today. Okay, so I do want to talk about this incident. Okay, so the day before my 34th birthday, I was living my absolute best life, or at least I thought. I was off of work and I was crossing a very busy street in LA. And you guys know that when you're in a crosswalk and you just put your foot out a little bit just to make sure you're good to go, that is what I did. And my foot got ran over, y'all, by a pickup truck. I thought that it was a work truck, but it turned out that it was not a work truck, which I found out later on. So this was just a horrifying experience for me. So I get hit by this truck trying to cross the street in a crosswalk, and I fell back. And all I know is that I'm in excruciating pain. That's all I know. I had my keys to my vehicle and my wallet in my hand, which flew down the street that I had to go get. This happened so fast. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, which I hope you have not. If you're watching this, I hope you have not had this experience, but it happens like that. And literally, I did not know what happened. I was in a state of shock, and I'm just like, did I just get hit? And it's like, yeah, I just got hit, because immediately I fell back. I felt the pain, and then I just had to my brain has to catch up of what happened, what is this event that is taking place. So once I came to the realization, yes, I did get hit. My keys and my wallet are down the street, and I had to limp to go get them because there's no way that I'm just gonna leave that in the middle of the street. Thank God I was able to limp to even get these things, because otherwise somebody else would have picked them up, right? So my first immediate thought was to call one of my closest friends, which I was recently in contact with her, and I had to call her back and just be like, yo, I just got hit. Can you come get me? Can you come take care of me? Because this is crazy. And I know that some people might think oh my goodness, why didn't you just call an ambulance, or why didn't you call 911? It wasn't my first initial thought. I just knew that I needed help. And I just thought of the last person that I had spoken to that could come and help me. So she was it. So if you are watching this video, I love you and I appreciate you for coming through for me 100%. Okay? Shout out to you for being there for your girl. Because I was really in a state of shock. So I called her, I relayed the information. She told me she would come to me. She knew where I was at, whatever. Okay, so I'm sitting on the curb on this busy street. My foot is in pain. I had to take off my foot. My foot immediately swells up. I can see the swelling on my foot. This is crazy. I've never had an experience like this before. And about maybe, I want to say about 10 minutes later, a guy circles around to me. He pulls up, he's in a truck, and I'm just like, oh my God, is this the person that hit me? Like, I don't know. So he gets out of the truck and he's like, oh my goodness. He's like, I was right behind the person that hit you. I can't believe they kept going. I just traveled after them for a while. I got their license plate and everything you might need to report this incident. And I'm just like, oh my God. God is so good, because I didn't have any information. I don't know who hit me. All I know is that I'm laid back on the sidewalk and I'm in pain and my foot is swelling and I'm in like a state of shock. So he's like, are you okay? Do you need me to call anybody for you? I'm like, no, I've already made a phone call. Thank God I was able to do that. And he was like, well, yeah. He was like, I followed after this vehicle. I seen the whole thing. I was behind him. Like, I just wanted to circle back to make sure you were okay. This was just all God's doing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because I know that this was all Him. This would have never happened if it wasn't God. Like, there's no way. God is real, y'all. And I'm going to keep telling y'all that on this channel. God is real. So this man came back. He offered to call help for me. He gave me his information. He was like, I am a witness. I got this man's license plate. He gave me everything. So I thanked him very much for that. He stayed with me until my friend came. And then my friend escorted me to the closest urgent care. So I go to the urgent care. They weren't able to do x-rays, obviously. They just gave me like a prescription for some medicine for the pain, obviously. They could see that my foot was swole, and they just basically wrapped it and was like, you need to go and see the foot doctor. So, I mean, that was pretty much all I can get out of that visit in urgent care. So I will insert a picture of how my foot looked during this incident right here, you guys. Okay, you guys, so as you can tell from by the picture, I had a pretty big scar, like on my shin. My foot swole up very big. Like, it was so painful. And looking at this picture, it's like, oh my God, I'm just so glad that I'm still here, because you don't really hear of people surviving a hit and run accident, to be honest. Like, you just don't. So yeah, they basically just wrapped my foot. They told me to go to the doctor. I made the soonest appointment, obviously, for the doctor. And I went there, they did the x-ray, and the doctor was like, yeah, your foot is broken, 6 weeks in a cast. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I basically, my fifth metatarsal bone was broken. Whatever that means, I don't even know, y'all. But I know I was in the cast for 6 weeks and I couldn't go to work, obviously, because I worked at LAX and I could not be on my foot. So I had to have that time to heal. But I want to just tell you guys, besides the pain and going through all of this, because I survived it, I went through it. When your foot is wrapped in that casting, like, you feel the pain if you're on it. Obviously, I had to have crutches, but on your downtime, if you're not on it, you don't feel that pain, which is amazing. I didn't have to take like a bunch of medicine. I just had to allow my body to heal. It's just like a natural process that your bone is going to heal in a certain amount of time. So the healing process was not really, it wasn't the best experience, but it wasn't the worst, because I was just off my foot and I was at home sitting down. So the experience for that was just kind of like, you know, whatever. At least I didn't have to be on it. So I can tell you guys that it was painful, but I got through it, and the cast just really helps like conceal that pain, if that makes sense. It kind of just makes you, it kind of puts your foot in like, or it kind of put my foot in like a molding so it could heal. And I couldn't feel the pain unless obviously I put my foot down on the ground, which I wasn't able to do because I had crutches. So the healing process was not as excruciating as I thought it would be. I just obviously had to stay off my foot. But the process of this, okay, so basically I got a lawyer involved because I'm just like, this person hit me, they kept going, like, what is the next step? First step is I went to the police station, y'all, in LA. I went to the police station and I basically was in there hobbling on crutches, and they was like, we understand you got a hit and run accident, but you're still alive. And if you look to this board on the left, these are the people that have died from hit and runs in LA. So they weren't taking me seriously at all. They're like, girl, you survived. You need to just exit stage left or right. I don't know. They was just like, we hear you, but this is not important. You got hit. You're on crutches. You're still alive. And there's deaths that we're dealing with. And I myself couldn't even believe that they had told me something like that. I'm just like, the police system, the government, everything, all this stuff is just like, it's screwed. Like, yeah, I didn't pass away. I didn't die. Thank you, God. And I am just like so grateful for my life. But at the same time, I did have this experience and it was not fair to me. But they don't recognize that, y'all. So the police department really didn't help me at all. They were like, you're alive, go home. You're fine. So I ended up getting a lawyer involved, and they basically sought out the person, the license plate, found out who it was. They got back to me and basically told me that this person that hit me did not have insurance at the time that they hit me, but they had gotten insurance after the incident, which was like after the date of the incident that happened, like maybe a couple weeks later. And it's like, so they knew they did something wrong and then they went out to get insurance. So in that situation, I can't go after this person because they didn't actively have insurance when they hit me, when the accident took place. So I ended up getting paid through my own insurance, which is AAA. Thank God. This is why we pay insurance, because the person that hit me didn't have insurance. So when I went to file a claim for this, like, okay, I got hit. I was outside of my car. It wasn't a car accident, but I got hit by a vehicle. You know, it's just like my insurance basically has to cover what the other person didn't have. So basically my insurance paid me for the incident that I was in, which is insane, because it's just like, but that's why we pay into insurance for uninsured motorists. So if we get into an accident or have a situation with someone that doesn't have insurance, we're covered. And this is just the craziest thing to me. So the lawyer basically explained to me, like, well, you can go after this person, but they didn't have insurance at the time, so it doesn't hold weight. If you want to take this person to court, you're gonna have to pay to see them in court, and this and that. And it's just like, it's really not worth the legal fees and the time that I would have to do that. So another thing was, like, I wanted to press charges against this person that did this to me. And I ended up not pressing charges because that was a whole nother process of them finding out the person. I'm just like, well, you guys found out who did it. So the police found out who did it. They didn't go after them. They didn't confront them about anything as far as I know. And it's just like, you know what, God, I'm gonna let you handle it. I was in pain, I was healing, I was off work, I was losing money, and I just didn't even feel like it was necessary for me at this point in the condition that I was in to seek after this person, to go and press charges, because the police station discouraged me so much the first time I even set foot in there to report the problem. I reported it, and I'm just like, okay, fine. Like, if you guys are not gonna act on it, why should I? I shouldn't have to take time out of my day and play basically Inspector Gadget to go have this situation handled. It was just unrealistic for me to do so, especially in the condition that I was in. Yes, so I do not feel like I was being taken serious in this matter, but that is just what it is. I do appreciate you all for tuning in with me for this story time. If you stayed to the end, I hope you got a little bit more information about how this type of situation works or how it works for me. This is just my experience. And I don't know if anyone else has been through something like this, which, like I said, I hope you haven't. But the most important thing to me is that my foot healed and that I am able to walk. That just means everything to me. And my foot has not been the same. I've definitely experienced some challenges with my foot being broken. And I mean, that's just the reality of my situation. But I'm alive and I'm well. So I did just want to share this experience with you all. I have a lot more story times, a lot more positive story times, not like this. But I do appreciate you tuning in with me. Stay tuned for more videos, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.